What's up, Twitch chat? What's up, YouTube chat? What's up, everybody watching live later because you had nothing better to do? We just finished up a really sweet league with Rakdos Shadow. Very cool league. Very. Am I allowed to say twist ending? Is that acceptable in that league summary? Unexpected ending, something. But either way, really cool Rakdos Shadow League, but kind of pivoting here. And we've got a viewer submission from our very old very own Dogfish MTG. Not very old, we're like the same age. From Dogfish MTG to play some Golgari Reanimator. So this is a list that he's been kind of messing around with. Originally, Spike played a very similar list. This has got enough different card choices to where I think it does deserve a little bit of its own identity. So I will be attributing all of the card choices to Dogfish. But essentially you're playing a green-black kind of like value Reanimator plan. You've got cards like Malevolent Rumble and Witherbloom Command to help fuel your yard. You've got Reanimator payoffs like Troll of Khazad-dûm that combos very well with Persist. Archon of Cruelty, the best Reanimator target in the format if you're not a Traxa. Maybe Gristlebrand to some extent. Got Harvester of Misery to help out against a lot of the Boros Energy decks running around. We'll show some of these. And then like Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, great against any removal heavy decks or anything that doesn't want to pay, 7 life. We've got Persist and Emperor Bones as our Reanimator options of choice. Thoughtseize, Collective Brutality, Bitter Triumph to help get stuff from our hand into the yard. In the sideboard, couple Deluge, couple Break the Ice, Unlicensed Hearse, Disruptor Flute, Damping Sphere, Nihil Spellbomb, Haywire Might, Fulminator Mage. We also have the Shifting Woodland plan. If we get Delirium online, then Shifting Woodland can become a copy of one of our Reanimator targets, especially something like Archon of Cruelty, to be able to start attacking as a land. So sorcery speed removal doesn't work too well on it. Also, like counter spells don't work too well because you can let your Archon get countered, reanimate spell, whatever, and then just copy it later with the Woodland. Now, I do think while we're getting started in the league here, that this is a deck that will probably go into some fine tuning when Duskmourn hits and you get access to the new like demonic tutor. Because if you're already trying to get Delirium and you're in black and you're like this combo style deck, then I think that card's going to be like right up your wheelhouse. When Dogfish was running the idea of this deck by me, or like asking for some suggestions, one of the things I thought about was Traverse the Ulvenwald. Because you do get Delirium. Yeah, you do get Delirium online. And Traverse can help you like find your Reanimator targets. It can also help you find your Shifting Woodlands. All right. I'm going to have to read a little bit here and there. Beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Adapt to whenever one or more counters put on it. Put it onto the battlefield with a finality counter. It gains haste. Okay. So pretty solid opening hand. We've got Thoughtseize on 1. We've got like Malevolent Rumble on 2. Or we can play out Emperor, but probably not playing out Emperor on 2. Depends on what we're up against. Ooh. Yawgfather. So Rumble and Bowmasters. I think Rumble is a little scarier. Yawgmoth is like a ways off. So yeah, I think I'm going to take Rumble. Kind of slow down their mana production. Let's go rumble. It's an Archon in the yard. And put a Fulminator in my hand. Playing versus Soul Cauldron deck doesn't seem like a great matchup. Ah, it's fine. Maybe. Probably not. Are they even running Soul Cauldron anymore? Or are they... Yeah. Are they all in on... what's it called? Birthing Ritual now. If Rumble, they have Cauldron. It's good. I always like finding out some of the like little nuance decisions or like little points here and there of like, oh, if they're running this card, it means this variation. All right. So we could Brutality to take the Chord of Calling. We could go ahead and get Emperor of Bones down. It's kind of sad that that's not a black source. We could Rumble again. I kind of want to use this spawn token because if I don't, there's like a decent chance they're just going to kill it with a Bowmaster. So let's Rumble. Emperor of Bones. Oh, you can choose not to take something? I thought it was like making me take something if there's an option. You may put a permanent card. You right. You right. Easy, just discard the Brutality time. Probably. Let's see what they do with this Bowmaster. They are going to Bowmasters upstairs. Keep the body. Like, these Rumbles not finding me a second black source has been pretty rough. I think that's what I really need right now is just a second black source. But we'll see what they decide to do. I could Chord for 2. Maybe get another Bowmasters. A Rumble. They take Bowmasters. Come on, second black source. So I know they have a Bowmaster. They can't cord. So I could like brutality, kill the spawn, make them discard. That doesn't seem great. Just thinking if there's like a reason I want to forcefully get the Archon or the Harvester into the yard. But I do get a couple draws with this Archon. So maybe I can find a black source like right here. Zen Devil, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Sunday. We're going one at the spawn, one at me. Exile one target card from a graveyard. So I'll exile their Yawgmoth in case they do have a Soul Cauldron. Am I attacking with the Emperor? Probably not. Well, technically, that's a black source. Okay. Well, if they do just Windmill Slam Yawgmoth here, they can't kill my Emperor, which is kind of nice. So what if I just respond to this with, like, Fatal Push a Bowmaster? Yawgmoth resolves. They've played land. I can go to my turn and then, like, brutality, kill Bowman, take Court of Calling, get the other Archon in the yard. So let's go all three modes. Cast, kill, take something, discard Archon, discard Harvester. But, like, there's nothing I can do to force them to put counters on my Emperor, right? Like, I can try to get them to, but... You'd kill the Yawg with what? I can't do anything to kill the Yawg. I can't Archon because I can't put counters on the Emperor. It's already got counters on it. You can't adapt and put more counters on a creature that already has counters on it. Cobra versus or plus Harvester. Yeah, that's fair. You could Cobra plus Harvester. This seems like a reasonable spot to be in, though, right? We've got no cord. Yeah. We don't die. We're at 18 life. Even if they found a Yawg and they drew like 4 cards, we're still fine. Alright, Deluge great. Spellbomb great. Disruptor Flute. Hearse. Bring in like some number of Haywire Mites. Oh, the Emperor didn't die. No, I was shrinking the Yawg. The Yawg wouldn't do any damage to the Emperor regardless. But I had a Harvester in the yard to exile to the Emperor, and then the Harvester in hand. So we had like a Harvester sitting around regardless. I don't know if I'd call this a Flesh Gorger matchup. Trim on some Thought Seizes. So, Rumble hits Birthing Ritual and you can't eat a second time with Emperor. Doesn't Emperor eat something every time? You just can't reanimate unless you have no counters on the Emperor. But the only way we can get no counters on the Emperor is if they Yawgmoth and take the counters off. So, like, once it gets to a point where you have to force them to Yawgmoth to take the counters off, then I think you might as well just be swinging with the Emperor if it's like a 4/4. Benz, how's it going? I don't think I want 4 Wither Blooms. Helpful Hobo, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Sunday. I feel like the deck needs a Haywire Mite so you can take counters off of your dude. Dariak is Helpful Hobo, a friend of yours. It's also hilarious that you said Hex Parasite as soon as I said Hex Parasite. I did not notice the chat message. Yeah, Hex Parasite to like let you take counters off of your own dude would be pretty cool. Troll of Khazad-dûm. What other Reanimator targets are there? Just Archon, Harvester, and Flesh Quarter. The best Reanimator target Only acceptable reanimate target. Where you at? Yeah. Beginning of your instep, draw 7. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 7. It's Jin Gataxius. Come on. The only reanimator target you ever need. But yeah, realistically, Troll's in here too, so turn 2 Troll. Permanent cards and graveyards can't enter the battlefield. That sounds like something that I cannot Haywire Might. But I can Bitter Triumph. There a world in which I want to kill Grist instead of Soulless Jailer? Do I want to just take out the Jailer? Yeah, I think I agree on hitting Grist. We'll ditch Flesh Gorger. Emperor of Bones also gets around Jailer, right? Because it's not entering from the graveyard, it's entering from exile. So that's pretty dope. So what if we just like Witherbloom command, make sure we have the land next turn to Emperor of Bones? Just like mill ourselves, kill this thing. Get back, Overgrown Tomb. We just need a discard effect. Just like value persist a Flesh Gorger. Or a Troll. Wait, no. Can't with the Jailer. Not with the Jailer. Bad. Bad. We got there. Void Illusion, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome day. It's like, no, don't pull me. As soon as you think about it for a second, it makes more sense. Just got to stop and think. Stop and smell the reanimated roses. Yawgfather. Okay. Roses smell like death. They usually do. Unfortunately. Okay, well, Yawgmoth is gonna make the Emperor shenanigans a little more difficult. Unless they want to go ahead and kill off the Might. That do anything for me? Not particularly. I guess if they do something like attack with the jailer, I can crew up the hearse and then block and harvester it. Is it gonna happen? Come on, attack with the Yawgmoth. You know you want to. You know you want to. Dang it. Did you see when I baited my opponent to evoke endurance after casting One Ring? I did see that. There's like some funky lines that come up with your opponent gaining protection from themselves, which are always pretty funny. All right, let's get a Woodland. I might end up just like hard casting the Harvester. See what happens, but do it. Kind of rude. Could I? Nah, stays tapped. Yeah, hers is crude too. I'm a mana short of being able to like Woodlands copy something and crew the hearse. I'm assuming I have Delirium. Sorcery, creature, artifact, land, instant, yeah. All the Delirium. Got Soul Cauldron. Probably could wait on this but I really want to just like untap an Archon. Wait, is that not? Oh, it's -2 off of the Harvester. I was so thinking it was -3. Ah, that's so bad. That's so bad. I was just like so sure it was -3. It is not Grasp of Darkness. It is substantially not Grasp of Darkness. Bile Blight. That's the -3 one, right? Alright, what do we do to have a chance? 1, 2, 3. We can just like hard cast Archon, right? That's got to count for something. Plan on that next turn. Maybe. That was painful. That was the joy of reading the cards explains the cards. So we go to copy something. I don't think it really matters. I just want them to use up this Soul Cauldron. Sure, hit me for 4. Can you tap Woodlands to pay for its own activation? You can, but I wanted it untapped in case they didn't like exile there. Here's an Archon. Sack the Jailer. So many triggers. So little time. Opponent's no fun. Opponent is the big meanie head. Cord for 1 billion. All right. Yeah, we're just going to go to game 3 because they can sit here and sack for a hot minute. Probably find another Undying effect, but eventually find an Endurance. Dude, Haywire Might and Witherbloom Command both suck. They're both really bad. Yeah, this is match 1 of this league, going into game 3. Mike's throwing games. I threw games the second I registered this. Okay. Calamity, what's up? Rumble. We'll take an Emperor of Bones. See what opponent's got for us right here. Nothing. Let's see, chilling on a Bowmaster. Nope. A Soulless Jailer. Soulless Cauldron. Okay. Well, let's try out this here Witherbloom command. I'll mill and I'll blow up your Soul Cauldron. Back in Overgrown Tomb. Now, do I want to just rumble again? We did hit an Archon. So I can Emperor reanimate the Archon next turn. I do kind of think I want to just rumble. Now, do I want to keep a Harvester in hand? I don't hate keeping a Harvester in hand. A little extra interaction. Had such a good dream. I just remembered that the VA finally got all my stuff fixed and I had like a 20K deposit in my bank account. Sadly, it wasn't real. Dude, my dad's been going through like the rounds with the VA. Like, I know that the VA has a lot of red tape, but they're not a very effective group. Okay. Boggart Trawler. Yeah, I think I am just hard casting a Harvester now. My guy's out here boggart trolling people. People playing Cube be like Yawgmoth into Agatha's Soul Cauldron into boggart Trawler. Okay. So I think I'm just Catacombs hardcast another Harvester. I don't think I want to Bitter Triumph the Grist because then I don't get anything like on board. I'm kind of hoping if I just get a big flying 5/4 body that can take out the Grist next turn, then maybe I can like Emperor, get back the other Harvester the turn after, and just kind of like loop those. Yeah, I guess I could Emperor and eat. Really need the extra mana for anything. Hold on to a Fatal Push. So what does the finality counter say? Just like if it dies, it gets exiled, and then Emperor Bone says sack it at the beginning of the next end step, so I can put in the Harvester on their end step and get to attack with it through my turn. All right, so we hard cast another Harvester. This is like one of those times that I get to look at Dogfish and be like, do you ever play against people that have it all? And like the oh, you just do this line doesn't work out? But we can like Shifting Woodland copy the Emperor and reanimate stuff that way. Just Triumph the Grist and hold up push. Just do the thing. Bowmaster? No Bowmaster. I, for one, am shocked. Yawg. Okay. Kind of on board with our position here. So hit you for 5 in the air. Nope. And I think what I'm going to do... When does this end? End of turn. Alright, so then we'll just... Mill 3, drain 3. Card player mills 3. Lose 3 life. Now just take a Boseiju. I can have some utility. And then I've got enough mana to where I can copy the Emperor, exile something, and get it back. Or we can just hard cast a troll. Hard cast troll. So now if they don't find anything crazy, we win. All right, so Woodlands is going to become a copy of Emperor. Going to copy or exile Harvester. Nope. No. No. Ah, Magic. Magic Online. Magic Online with the stops. So I gotta just go ahead and use this now. Dude, I am blaming it on Moto. It wants to make our stops a pain. Okay. Fatal Push is fine. Guess I can sack off the insect and kill my troll now. So many punts in the last like minute here. This is a true dogfish win for our opponent. You're not about to play out a creature, are you? If you're about to pilot the trackpad creation, you must channel the trackpad playstyle. Alright, so Cord for 3 to go get another Grist. Sack off a token. Had this in the bag / still have this in the bag. I have got a stop during my beginning of combat step. Damn it, I've got to stop. Hiya. Despite our best efforts, we win. Truth. Truth. Karma for giving away that win earlier. All I'm saying. You can agree to disagree, but you'll be wrong. Just want to throw games to blame you at the end of the league. I can blame you regardless of whether or not I throw games. Working hard to yank defeat from the jaws of victory. I do that constantly. I mean, it's a turn 3 persisted flesh gorger, so we'll keep. We can get a surveil land, so maybe we find something cool off that. Send this man some greenery to really embody the trackpad lifestyle. Oh, mirror match? Mirror? Or just back-to-back Yawgmoth? Alright. Play out the swamp here. So we can Bitter Triumph, ditch the Flesh Gorger, and keep our Surveil land so we can like start next turn with Surveil. In case we find an Archon. Honk, honk, mother truckers. So, discard a card. Mortuary first, just in case we hit an Archon. We do not hit an Archon, so I guess we'll persist a Flesh Gorger. I guess. Honk, honk, numero dos. Honk, honk once more for a second time. Holding the land in hand in case I want to discard to the Bitter Triumph. But... oh no. Oh no. Ah. Our worst enemy. Oh, this has Menace. Never mind. Holy shit, fuck your cats. Get out of here. Oh god, I didn't realize this thing had Menace. I enjoy honking specifically when honking again. And I enjoy my honkings twice. Twice at a time. Like a real gentle sir. Hawks come in 2, comedy come in 3s. We've broken comedy. Fly like a bird, buzz like a bee, sting like a cat, honk like a goose, like a flesh gorger. Okay. Opponent showing the most obvious orcish bowmaster of our lives. Hate that I feel like we could lose out of nowhere, because we absolutely could. Most obvious Orcish Bowmaster of our lives. Point the Bowmaster at me. Sure. Yeah, I guess I can pay life. I don't know. I feel like I'm going one extreme to the other with Shadow into 35 life Phyrexian Flesh Gorger Archon shenanigans. Like, life is a resource when you're almost at 40. Honestly, don't know if I've ever been close to 40 life outside of a game of Commander. On the bright side, they can't target Flesh Gorger with anything or they die. So that's a thing. Soultrader is fine. Okay. If they go to, like, get the cat back, I respond with killing the Soultrader. If they want to, like, use their other food and get the cat back, that's fine. I think the highest I've been is like 100 something in mill because of Crypt Incursion and Elves. That's pretty good reason to be at 100 life, honestly. I can accept that. Dogfish, damn you. I could have discarded that Archon. Ah! Ugh. You could just pay life. Go to hell, Dogfish. We had it. We had it, but no. No, you got to be a goody two-shoes over here. Hey, you just pay the life. Just pay the life. That's what I get for listening to you. Why is that your fault? How is that not your fault? Like, we're still going to win, but I'm upset about it. That was borderline Trump impression. I'll work on it. Spell Bomb, Disruptor Flute, Hearse, Deluge. I'm going to bring in... I want to bring in Haywire Might, but I guess if Witherbloom Command just does... Okay, so if you have Witherbloom Command that does the same thing, and you're saying that Witherbloom Command is better, why do you have Haywire Might in the deck? If you're, like, actively on this Witherbloom Command just does the thing better argument, why have Haywire Might? Witherbloom just doesn't hit the ring. Need to get you on Tear Asunder. I could potentially bring in Fulminator if I think that they are an Urza Saga deck. Maybe I want to bring in like a couple mites. Like, I don't really think this is a matchup I care about Thoughtseize. We'll see. See how they board. I was playing one Terra Sunder for most of the time I've been on the deck. I'm a huge Terra Sunder supporter. And it pains me that more people aren't. Terra Sunder's great. Alright, so we can cycle a troll and persist it. We used to win with Shadow, folks. We really did. But the last 4 years, WotC keeps printing hate. It's a terrible shame. I call them wacky WotC. When I'm president, Shadow will be playable again. Wouldn't that be something, folks? That was pretty good speech drawn out there. I have to take that. Make Shadow great again. Alright, well, I guess we're going to find out if they've got, like, endurance in hand. Get a mortuary. Just to have around. I mean, I'm not above Thoughtseizing my own Archon and persisting it next turn. Some might argue it's one of my top, I don't know, like 27 uses of Thoughtseize. Approximately. Opponent, do you want to scoop it up to the troll? Are you afraid of the troll? We're just holding on to a Bowmasters. New Twitch is stupid. What's wrong with new Twitch? What's the difference between new Twitch and old Twitch? Birthing ritual, you see. I have 2 follows online. Landing page goes to some rando. I haven't tried the mobile version of Twitch. Ooh, sacking a Bowmaster is hot. Especially when there's a non-zero chance I'm about to like Thoughtseize myself into an Archon. Marionette Apprentice. Okay. I could Thoughtseize myself into an Archon. I wonder if it might be better to Thoughtseize them. No. It's got to be better to just, like, Thoughtseize myself into an Archon here, right? They need, like, Soultrader and something else to kill them. They would need Soultrader, and something to recur next turn. I know they can win, but like, what is the likelihood of them winning versus what is the likelihood that I just put enough pressure to end the game? Like, to combo kill me, they need a Soultrader, and they need something that they can sack and get back with Soultrader. So, like a Gravecrawler effect. If they go until they're in step, they can't recast Gravecrawler on my turn. So they have to have like land, Soultrader, Gravecrawler in hand to actually kill me. If they have Soul... Oh, yeah. They don't need the land, but they need Soultrader plus Gravecrawler. And they can't do it into turn. Like, it has to be Soultrader and Gravecrawler in hand right now. Are you called the control freak when you never play control decks? I used to play like exclusively control decks. I used to play Grixis control, Jeskai control, back like Jeskai Nahiri with Emrakul. Played blue-white. But when I first started playing Magic Online, I played mostly like Jeskai control. So when I went to make my username, I was like, oh, play a bunch of control. I'll put that as my username. Played a bunch of fairies and like standard and extended and stuff. And that's when I got started on Magic Online. So then eventually I started moving to like when Modern formed, Jund, and then on to Grixis Control, and then Grixis Shadow. And when I started like top 8ing challenges with Shadow, I needed to tie in something that would like make it so that people would want to hear what I had to say. And the best way of doing that was to put Grixis or Control Freak as my stream name, because that was my Magic Online ID tied to like any sort of Shadow credibility. All right, so let's... Milton coming in with a 7-month resub. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the subscribers. Enjoy continued access to all of our sweet custom Death Shadow emotes. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you're having an awesome, awesome evening. All right, so we take out their flyer, which does, at the moment, put them dead to what we have on board. We'll Thoughtseize first. Make sure we try to clear the way a little bit. And just get them empty-handed. Haha. We're such good reanimators. Idoxy, missed your follow, but thank you so much. Hope you're having an awesome Sunday. Yeah, also, like, don't play, or The control decks that I do play are mostly like controlling variations of Shadow at the moment. If I hit a second or had a second land, this hand would be pretty cracked. I ask why the Fulminator main board? Because Dogfish sent me the list and he had the Fulminator main board. That's about the best answer I can give you. I don't need double green for anything, so I think I just get basic swamp. Goryos. Onarios. Just gonna take Archaeologist, I guess. I can push the frog. How's this deck not dead? Because they started just playing Teferi and crap in the main board. Like, cards that make it better if the game goes long, they're just not as explosive. Opponent typed to us in chat. Opponent said, good luck, have fun, love the vids. Let's see. Do I... yeah. If I get rid of that, y'all want me to just like leave chat up? You can just like share chat. Scroll down here somewhere. There we go. It's like I usually never pay attention to chat, but I know people that watch like seeing chat. People like people like drama in the channels. So many trolls. So many trolls, so little time. Wait. I don't think they have anything that I can actively hit. All right, we got an Archon in the yard. They have a force negation, so we can just work on like hitting our lands and woodlands. Sure. Emperor of Bones. Ah, they take my Archon. Ugh, that's rough for us. Hmm. I mean, I guess they get to copy our Emperor, or copy our Archon and attack. And I discard the Archon that I have. And then get to Woodland's attack back. We do take a big chunk of damage. Are we dead? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16? I think we're just dead because we can't fetch. I think my only out is to draw the other basic swamp. That does not do anything. Yeah. Even if I copy something, it's tapped. Wonder if I want Fulminator on the play. Like just board out, pushes. I guess no, I need push for frog. Stupid frog. I'm gonna board out brutality because it doesn't actually kill anything. Witherbloom looks bad. I'm keeping the pushes. Chill out. I'm allowed to brainstorm a bit. All right. Mortuary, Emperor. Sure. Really want this mortuary to find another land. Okay. That gives me a bunch of looks at another land. I was going to say, I would have been so happy if they just like flipped over an Atraxa or something there. Dogfish, we have got to have a conversation about these non-black producing lands in this deck. I really need another black source. little less bad. So -2/-2 on the discard. Witherbloom command is -3/-1. It is way shittier than -2/-2. Yeah, I kind of figured they didn't have force if they're letting that Witherbloom command resolve. So, a little bit of a hope. A little bit of a lucky we got there. Tainted Indulgence. Might just hard cast a Flesh Gorger next turn. We'll see what they hit, but it's a non-zero possibility. Did it get anything? No. Non-black sources. You're telling me, like, I am well aware here. Am I just playing Flesh Gorger? I have nothing in the yard that I really care about copying. All right. Here's a Flesh Gorger. Go crazy. Got an Ephemerate. It's pretty solid. Troll of Khazad Doom. So that's how we are relegated to finding our black sources. Now, I could Emperor of Bones, get the troll. It's probably better to just hearse. So if I'm going to hearse, let's hearse first. So if they want to like go for Ephemerate, they got to do it before blocks. They're just taking it. Just raw dog that damage. Like nothing else I can do with my mana. Temur. You can have a force or a Thoughtseize. Take a force negation. You can have Emperor and play their Atraxa. What Atraxa? We've got 2 in hand. They Tainted Indulgence drew 2, which I don't know if that's quite what they wanted to do. Could we play Cauldron somehow? Probably. Don't see any big reason you wouldn't be able to. They're going to hard cast Atraxa. Are they going to hard cast Atraxa? Are they going to hard cast Atraxa? Not on my watch. Maybe on my egg timer, but not on my watch. Well, I wanted to sack it there so they wouldn't have 4 mana. So they wouldn't be able to, like, play a loot effect and reanimate it on my turn. They'd have to go all the way back to their turn cycle unless they want to do it right then and there, in which case I've got Hearst to stop it. And hit the Watery Grave to take them off hard cast force negations. Like, they'd have to exile to force negation as well. It's all part of the plan. Ragtime Hero, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Sunday. The number one thing I can tell anybody watching the stream to take away from any of this is whatever Dogfish says to do, just like run the other direction. Just sprint away from all of Dogfish's suggestions. Dogfish says right, you go left. Dogfish says up, you go down. Dogfish says you reanimate that thing right now. For the love of God, do not touch your graveyard. You consider one Buried Alive or Rumble just better? Well, it's all Dogfish's list. So any of the card choices in are choices that he made. I did not have anything to do with the planning process there. Dogfish told me to buy Intel stock 3 weeks ago. Well, I hope that you didn't commit to that one. If he said not to jump off a bridge, you jump off a bridge. Probably, just to, like, send a message. Ooh, Thoughtseize is good. So we can go Brutality this turn. Into like Thoughtseize plus Hearst next turn. But I'm not going to discard the Archon because I do not want them to be able to, like, Emperor of Bones. Will we ever put Twilight Mire in the list? Have to ask Dogfish. This is the This is the person that claims to know what they're doing. I'd like to take a Goryo's vengeance. They do have an Emperor of Bones. And we just have to... How does Ephemerate work here? First off, dang it, Dogfish, and your lack of black sources in this deck. My God. Bruh. We've got to have a very, very big conversation about the mana base here. And it's an inability to ever make black mana. Steven, back to your question. 4 Twilight Mire, mandatory at this rate. Okay, so we could try to Bone Shards, but they've got the Ephemerate that we know about. So I think I'm just going to Thought Seize and play out the hearse. We need to take the force. Yeah. Dogfish has set the phone down to quickly 5-0 before you. Wouldn't be shocked. We know their hand is double Ephemerate. We are not going to let you exile an Atraxa. Black Source? Dogfish. Dogfish, dogfish, dogfish. Why? Why do you hate me so much that you would do everything in your power to ensure that I can't have a functional mana base? Why? Why is that what we've decided on here? How often would you say Shifting Woodlands has done its thing? I don't think I have Shifting Woodlands yet. I could crew the hearse, block and eat something. And that forces them to either trade off the Emperor. I don't hate that. Like, okay. You're going to adapt, sure. I'm going to eat some stuff. Now, either you have to ephemerate your Emperor Bones or you lose it. Fair enough. Now, I can bone shards the Emperor and Woodlands the Archon if they draw dead. Is that worth it? I can Emperor of Bones, copy Emperor of Bones. The options are unlimited. You did not just high roll. Flipping Atraxa into drawing Goryo's Vengeance. Oh, man. That is brutal. With the double ephemerate in hand. Of course, it's Dogman's fault. It's always Dogman's fault. That's why the name of the game is Dogman's fault. Oh yeah, they did reveal that. Like, it's such an odds thing. Like, okay, we can't lose with the hearse, but we're also just getting beat down with, like, the bones do. They can reset their guy at any time, so they can just hit me for 4, ephemerate to reset it, reanimate something, or threaten to reanimate something, but just keep hitting me for 4. But, like, if I get that guy off the battlefield, then they have to top deck both a reanimate spell and a reanimate target, like, the same turn, because I'm going to Archon them the next turn. Like, I'm not saying the play was right. I'm saying the odds aren't that they were going to, like, rip it right there or surveil into a threat and get the threat. Basim. Seems pretty good into the Basim deck. Boop, boop, boop. Discard Catacombs and a Mortuary. So I can keep like Bone Shards next turn. Plus Persist with an untapped land. Or not. Okay. Force negation not on my radar. Get a turbo flip Tameo. Well, that is not killing Basim now. Ditch the Emperor. Go ahead and persist the Troll. Can't Fatal Push it. Can't Drown it. See if they try to flip Tameo. Arcbound should be under just deck at the moment. There you go. So 2 draws for Tameo. You have another draw up your sleeve. That is technically another draw. Yeah, no problem. Basim Urza. I messed around a little bit with Basim, just like a blue-black Basim shadow deck a while back. I don't think it ever looked particularly impressive. All right, so we can Bone Shards to kill the Urza. Brutality. Or I guess we just like attack down the Tameo. Just lost to the Dogfish on this list. Oh, God. Dogfish is out there playing the leagues right now, too, because he's mad that I'm I'm playing the deck and talking trash about it the whole time. snipe a counter spell or removal spell. Ah, the One Ring. Dogfish versus Control Freak. Here we go. Mirror match. So, one of my favorite quotes of all time applies to this idea. Let me find it. Okay. One of my favorite quotes of all time by the great Mark Twain. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. Never argue with somebody who's built a stupid deck and challenge them to a mirror match. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with deck experience. So, I do not want to take on Dogfish in a mirror match of green-black Reanimator. Because he will beat the shit out of me with stupid experience. Just absolutely wreck my world. Only allowed to play a mirror match if Mike also has a trackpad. I don't know if there is enough, like, viable power in the known universe to support this deck being played in two different states simultaneously. I just live through Mike punning his way through it. That's my plan. Like, I have never registered this deck and said, oh my god, I got it. Everybody else is doomed. Get wrecked, nerds. Ha 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 ha. Cameo incoming. Tomato. Yeah. Got to get my black sources early and often with this deck. Got a force. Nope. You've never said, ha ha ha, get wrecked, nerds. I still had all these. I do that all the time. I mean, I'll have plenty of times where I, like, accidentally hit the show hand button at the end of a match or end of a game when I'm going to sideboard. That is some tech for Reanimator, if we're being honest here. Aether Spell Bomb. Just go ahead and push this now. You have the force. Okay. Take out a clue token. Just to send a message. This is like one of those somebody call an ambulance, but not for us moments. Except it is for us. It's 100% for us. What do we got? I'm gonna ditch a Thoughtseize. I think I'd rather find a way to like copy an Archon. Did you see the Angry Energy player last night after I milled them all out and deluged them anyway? I did not see that one. Sounds amazing though. I'm for it. This deck needs Bowmasters. It's like, feel like Bowmasters is a worthwhile option. I wonder if they're playing green for anything, or if this is just like a budget hedge maze consideration. All right, well, one way or the other, we are bound and determined to hit a Thoughtseize. Mill, lose life. Temur works with green spells. She does, but we haven't seen a green spell yet. And like, I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty positive you're not playing Tamio for the sole purpose of being able to hit or like make a mana when you pick up a green spell. Definitely clicked through there. It's fine. Could be for pick your poison, could be. Or Haywire Might, yeah. Basim. Can we get Veil Summered? Yeah, that Haywire Might call for the green man is probably pretty spot on. Okay, let's find a Shifting Woodlands. One copy, Shifting Woodlands coming up. Or we might just like try to drain them out with Witherbloom commands. Okay. As you called it, budget edge maze or maze choice. Did you call opponent poor? No, because I have done the same thing. I have played like a raucous theater in a deck that very clearly needed an Undercity Sewers. because I didn't want to spend like 18 ticks on an Undercity instead of the 1 for a Raucous Theater. When we first had the list from Dogfish, they're playing a Raucous Theater instead of the second Underground Mortuary because it's a pretty big price difference between the two. Fulminator Mage. Ooh. Oh, man. Could just, like, copy a troll. I don't hate copying a troll. Crazy to want a Thoughtseize and Fulminator hit a land next turn, hit another. Not crazy at all, realistically. Like, my worry would be that they just have like double Metallic Rebuke. And I basically have to spin these like Thoughtseize into double Rebuke. And I don't get to actually resolve the Fulminator. And now I don't have the Archon in the yard. I don't know. A little worried that turn might haunt me. They find the 4th land in 1 ring here. No, my might. It was a 2 for 3, but like at a point where they have substantially more cards than I do, I don't think them like being slightly card inefficient is swinging things that well. Well, I know one of these isn't doing anything. We'll just take... Could just take Harvester and play the Harvester right here. Is that better than taking Forest to play Archon next turn? Dang. Like, guarantee Archon next turn. Alright. Let's just make sure we hit Archon. I'm really going to wonder if it was better to just get the Harvester, Just to have like a 2-turn clock down on board. Kept something with the Undercity sewers. Now if they draw like a counter spell. Do you have any idea how ready I was for them to just discard like an Orvar the All Form? I was so ready. What? Okay. First off, I have no clue what they kept on top. Like, I don't know why you would keep Tameo on top if you know your opponent's about to hardcast an Archon. Rebuke, I was 100% expecting. Orvar the All Form, I would have accepted. Wouldn't have liked it, but would have, like, gotten a laugh. Definitely forgot I had Disruptor Flute in the sideboard. Nope. Harvester kill anything here. It kills Basim if they haven't attacked with it or gotten a trigger. Stitch an extra Witherbloom command. What about Obstinate Bailoff? Oh, if they had discarded an Obstinate Bailoff or like a Loxodon Smiter, probably would have cried at those as well. Has Spike ever built a ramp deck where all you do is hard cast Archon? Feels bad, but really fun. I don't think so. You remember we had a day on stream, God, like 2 years ago or something, where we played a Gurmag Angler Neo form list that just tried to sack Gurmag Angler into an Archon. And we just played in the 2-man queues and went like 9 or 10-0 or something. Some like stupid run. Just sitting there, Neo forming Gurmag Anglers into Archons. Like Gurmag Anglers and what's it called? Murktides into Archons. It wasn't Hooting Mandrill, because Hooting Mandrill can only get a 7 drop. So it had to be Gurmag Angler or Murktide, because they'd actually let you get Archon. But what you could do was go get like a turboed out Murktide. You didn't care if your Murktide was a 8/8 or 7/7/6/6, whatever. You could just play like Mishra's Bauble and Wraith and everything, play out a 3/3 or 4/4 Murktide, and then immediately sack it off. Opponent 100% over here. Stream sniping us off our Emperor of Bones draw. Not actually. We have multiple black sources. No way we lose this game. Challenge accepted. No. I'm gonna keep a land. And I'm probably gonna like Disruptor Flute on their turn. Just name the One Ring. Why'd he sideboard Crypt? He died to a hardcast Archon. Truth. Truth. They never think about that, do they? See if they make a dude or make mana first. Want to fight over this? The One Ring. One ring to rule them all. Clark, what's up? What's the name of the flute? Definitely One Ring. Like, I don't think I can outvalue a One Ring right now. Urza, Lord High Artificer. Plus a Mox Amber. So do we think they have a Metallic Rebuke in hand? Let's go Bitter Triumph. Shoot Urza. Definitely called that. Exile something. Only have Flusterstorm or Spell Pierce, I'm begging you. Unfortunately not. It's a big old construct. Do you have Death Touch or anything useful? Nope. Okay. So we can like sack a Haywire Might, get it back, sack a Haywire Might. If we so choose. If we're not just dead to constructs. Probably gonna have to just Haywire Might this Saga here. Or we can't even like afford to Haywire Might the Saga, can we? I have to block. So we block. Block one of these, sack on the Nihil Spell Bomb. The Lamb Uasua, thank you all so much for the follow. I hope you're both having awesome evenings wherever you're at in the world. Appreciate you coming around and hanging out. Troll does not do it. In that. I need like a bitter triumph right here. Or another Archon. I don't think this does anything for me, but I think we could have had a chance if we'd had a bitter triumph. Kill the Urza, shut off the Mox Amber so they couldn't Aether Spell Bomb. Maybe they just like tap out spin Urza. That'd be cool, right? Fun. Maybe don't attack all out. All right. Okay. Oh. Oh, dang. Boo. Boo. Got beat by Urza. Time to retire the deck. Deck is terrible. Loses to Lil Bro. All right, something cool for round number 5. I don't know what, but something that loses to Golgari Reanimator. No, through the breach. Through the breach, El Drizzy. I would like this hand so much. I guess I can still like Thoughtseize myself turn 1, turn 2 Archon. Not through the breach Eldrazi. What does Misty Rainforest tell me? Carlos, thank you so much for the follow. I think I'm going to go Thoughtseize them. Misty does not sound like Eldrazi. I think we're going to Thoughtseize you. Maybe like Brutality turn 2. take the one ring. They'll rumble this turn. Will brutality kill the token, take another card, and then turn 3 persist Archon. What the heck is this? This is Magic the Gathering Online. It's a client that's been run since like the early 2000s by Wizards of the Coast, now taken over by Daybreak Games. Take a Shifting Woodlands. So. Kill, drain. Went live June 24th, 2002. So I was close on the early 2000s. Take a Malevolent, or no, take an Unholy Heat so that my Persisted Archon lives. Rumble me, daddy, like one of your French girls. Bauble, Imri, Thundering Falls. I have zero idea what is going on. Saga. I would like an Archon. You may do with that information what you will. Good backup in case they find an Unholy Heat. We rumbling. I wonder if this... Yeah, Temur Breach is what I was thinking. Just like, nothing has happened to scream Breach at me. But I guess if you can Shifting Woodlands copy a Breach. That's pretty sick. I don't really care about a troll. Now, I would love to get another land. Oh, I've got fetches in the yard. So, drain 2, mill some stuff. Get back a fetch land. Want to fetch land for overshifting Woodlands in case they get like an Imri or something down. I can potentially Fatal Push to stop going off. Corey Baumeister did well with this deck this weekend. Think he took 9th. Not surprised at seeing an uptick. So this is one of those decks that I think like Corey Baumeister is the only one doing well with it. So I definitely think it's a good deck. I just think that like Corey doing well with it I think for the majority of the population shouldn't signify like everybody needs to run out and play it. But I do think they're going to kill us here. Unfortunately, they have Bobble in the yard, so they can just like replay Bobble and use their floating blue mana. And there is no time that I was able to kill the Emry without them being able to float blue mana, since they already had the Amber in play. So, complicated deck for sure, but someone well-known put or play something to a good finish. You get people picking it up. Absolutely. Agreed that. Agree with that 100%. Dead here. Yeah, we are dead here, but we'll let them click through. Yeah. Now deterministically dead. Because now they can start just replaying the Bobble, float a blue, sack the Bobble to the grinding station, replay the Bobble or the Mox Amber, float a blue. So now they have infinite, or not infinite, but enough blue mana to do whatever they want to. And all they have to do is mill the rest of their deck out until they find a Thassa's Oracle. Assuming that's the win condition of choice. And we'll scoop as soon as I see an Oracle, so it's like confirmed. I don't want to just scoop and then them like not actually have the Oracle. No Oracle in that pile. Like, even if it's in hand, they still kill us, but there's the Oracle. Okay. Haywire Might, good. Spell Bomb, good. Damping Sphere's fine. Disruptor Flute's fine. Hearse is fine. Could probably bring in Fulminator, too, if we wanted to. Harvester kills Emry. I think I'm boarding out on Witherbloom commands to some extent. Mainly because, like, if they want to combo on their turn, they can. They don't need to go to my turn. So Witherbloom command being a sorcery is pretty bad versus, like, Haywire Might. You're just going to do something like this. Maybe I want less pushes and just like bring it in the Fulminator mages on the play. That seems like diluting my own game plan a little too much, because like Fulminator's not really what I want to be doing turn 2, 3, 4, whatever. Seeing we finished the last league. What was the last one? The last one was 4-1. I think we're 2-2 in this one. Little record tracker. I got to update because it's still pulling from like the old. It's not pulling from the Daybreak account. It's pulling from the Control Freak TTV account. Hey Zeus, what's up? Last one was a trophy in our hearts. We gave away the win to someone in more need of it than us. But yeah, it was a trophy. Like, we won all of our matches. We just didn't win all of our matches according to Goldfish. Been a troll. I can like Emperor that. One question. If I have an effect to put counter on Emperor, the reanimate effect will always trigger, right? You mean if the counter actually goes on the Emperor, then yes. If you like have an effect that says it'll put a counter on it and the counter doesn't get put on it before it dies, then it won't trigger. If that makes sense. We need to have one thing, more than one thing. Oh, you mean like if you have an effect that puts a 1/1 counter on it every turn, and yeah, if you like exile something different every turn, then yeah, it'll trigger every time. For the bones, hardened scales, reanimator. Ugh, so many words, so little time. Okay, so we are going to pop the spell bomb, hold priority, fatal push the Emery, resolve the spell bomb. Not paying the mana because we're cowards. Nope. Innkeeper's Talent. Beginning of your combat on your turn. Roll 1 counter on target creature you control. Yeah, that would do it. Get to reanimate something every turn. The more I read Woodland, the more fucked up I think it is. It's a pretty messed up card. Like, it does a lot for a very cheap cost. Hitting another land is super nice here. So now I get to Haywire Might the Urza's Saga. Sure. Not even getting into this argument. Alright, I might as well just Thoughtseize now because anything that they top deck from here on out, they're going to be able to just cast. So there's really no reason to hold on to Thoughtseize and like try to save it for something. Except for Thoughtseizing myself. But I don't think I'm doing that. I think I'm just like damping Sphere, trying to attack. No. Man. Punished. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. They had the removal spell anyway, so... yeah, it's kind of fine. I don't have the lands for Woodland. Have you seen Modern Nordic Masters and who won? I have not. I saw like what it was all about, but I didn't actually look to see anything about what was going on with it. Who won or anything. Well, that's definitely not living to untap. Black sources. Sam combo with Amalia one. Ugh. Ugh. Why do people hate fun? Samwise combo with Amalia. Alright, so we'll Fatal Push at the beginning of combat on their turn. So they can't, like, Woodlands copy it. I guess they can Woodlands copy it and attack. So... wouldn't really matter when I targeted it. I'd still get to attack. What do I have in the yard? Artifact. Land, instant sorcery. Couldn't you have pushed on their turn? I could have pushed end of their turn, but then they could just Woodlands copy it the next turn and attack. And since I had nothing else to, like, go on after that, figured I might as well. And I cannot copy my Nihil Spell Bomb because it comes into play tapped, so I can't tap and activate it. See, I was a Cascade Rhino player. Found another variation being played. I'll link it to you. You can tell me what you think. Yeah, if you want to drop a link in chat, you're more than welcome to. Now we got Construct Beatdown going on. All right, let's see. Unfortunately, I think Rhinos died off like pretty hard. So, Flayed, Shardless, Subtlety, Scion. Like Rhinos with the Leyline of the Guild Pact, Subtlety, or Scion package. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a deck that I think is fine if you're wanting to play it in, like, an RCQ. You might catch some people off guard, or F&Ms, whatnot. I just think the consistency is not there in, like, a bigger event. It's not bad. Just you're playing against a bunch of decks right now that, like, don't care about a couple 4/4s. Yeah, if you're wanting to play it at F&M, I think it's fine. I might try to find room for the 4th Fire and Ice, like over 4th Lorien Revealed or something. But I think everything else is fine. Dogfish, am I doing this right? Are we Reanimator now? So they're gonna make a dude. It's a 4/4, untap, make a 5/5. Get something. They got 2 6/6s. Yeah. All right. So I know I punted through that first loss. The second loss against Atraxa. If we had kept the hearse around, maybe could have gotten there. We could have been 4-1. I don't know. Like, my thoughts on the shell here. One, I hate Witherbloom Command. Like, I think if you want that effect to take out some non-creature, non-land stuff, just, like, play Haywire Might. The number of non-black sources hurt really badly. I do think this deck gets a lot better with, like I said, with that new Demonic Tutor card. Because, like, getting Delirium wasn't difficult. But Demonic Tutor being able to get you your Reanimate spells, your Reanimate payoffs, your Woodlands, whatever. We lost to Artifact decks and you cut commands. That last one, command did nothing. Like, command couldn't hit the ring, didn't hit Underworld Breach. We could try to command something that they just sack, but that doesn't matter. What about playing the prototype? We could have played the prototype, but like all the prototype's doing is chump blocking one of their artifacts, right? Like it's just chumping one of their ring or not ring tokens, Urza Saga tokens. Taking this deck to my next RCQ. Thoughts? Pick a different deck to run to your next RCQ. I don't know. Like, the shell I don't think is bad. I think there's probably got to be a better way to abuse Emperor of Bones. Because it's 4 mana reanimate, right? It's if you got something in your yard already, you play it and you go to combat and you exile it and you put counters on it. I just feel like there's got to be a faster way to do that. Some 1 mana, put a counter on something. But then I don't know how you'd get to exile with the Emperor of Bones without going to combat. But I just feel like there's got to be a 3 mana way to trigger this. Also, you could run... What's the green graft land? Llanowar Reborn? Is that it? But no, then you still wouldn't have anything exiled with the Emperor. Never mind. Scratch that one. Is there anything with like reinforce? I guess reinforce wasn't a black mechanic. Isn't that the name of the mechanic, reinforce? Or is that only white from like Lorwyn or something? No, it's definitely... These are all like reinforce for multiple mana. Scratch that. Revitalizing Repass. That's the green-black coming to play. That could be interesting. The Old Growth Grove. I kind of like that because I feel like you want some way to get Emperor going quicker. So if you could like turn 1... Thoughtseize, whatever. Turn 2, find a way to ditch your Archon in the yard. Then turn 3, Emperor, put a counter on it. That seems like a little more reasonable. But I didn't care for brutality. I know you got to have enough discard outlets, but brutality was pretty meh to me. What is it Satyr Wayfinder? The like 1 in a green dude that gets a land or a creature or something? Just gets a land. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I felt like the shifting woodland stuff didn't come up much. And some of the like 2 mana sorcery speed spells felt really clunky. The Witherbloom commands and the collective brutalities. Rumble, I guess, was like the best of that list. But even Rumble, I don't know if I would say was fantastic.